Welcome back, students. We all love listening or reading stories. Story writing can be fun too. However, just as any writing task needs practice, planning, and specific skills, story writing too needs special skills. Students, today we are going to learn story writing using an outline. Let's get started. Look at outlines of the story: ant, thirsty, river, slips, drones, dove, plucks, leaf, fall, climbs, floors, thanks, hunter, gun, aims, dove, strings, foot, screams, noise, flies away. Here, students, we have some outlines of the story, and by reading these outlines, you should try to understand what is story about. Clear? Students, the outline describes a sequence of events with characters in the form of points or short phrases. It means outline always tells us about the characters of the story and sequence of the events in the form of points or short phrases. Means in outline we have short phrases and points that tells us about the characters and sequence of the events. Clear? Students, let me explain you elements of the story writing. Characters of the story. The characters in the story may be people, animal, and sometimes even non-living things who talks and behave like human beings. It means in stories we have different kinds of characters like people, animals, and sometimes non-living things, but they behave and talk like human beings. Students, do you know how to developing a story from an outline? No? Let me explain you. First thing, read the outline of the story carefully and understand what the story is all about. Means you have to read the outline of the story very much carefully so that you can understand what the story is all about. Clear? Next thing to remember, develop the points of outline into complete sentences. It means every outline has some points, some clues, and you have to convert that points or phrases into complete sentences. Clear? Next, an important point: follow the outline of the story. Follow the sequence in which the points are given. These part from the series of events in the story. Means always follow the sequence. Don't disconnect from the sequence. Always connect with the sequence and you have to follow that sequence. And do not omit any part of the outline. Means don't try to skip any part of the outline. Do not include unrelated or unnecessary events that may change the story completely. It means you have to write according to the clues that are given in the outline. Do not try to write any unrelated or unnecessary events in the story. It may change the story completely. Clear? Next point, every story has a beginning, middle, and an ending. Clear? Next point, include details to make the story interesting and enjoyable to read. It means the story should be interesting to the reader, so you have to add details to make the story interesting. Next, very important point, Write the story in the past tense, even if the outline may be provided in the present tense. Okay, it means you have to write the story in past tense. Never use future and present tense in the story. If we have outline, provided outlines are in present tense, then we also have to use past tense. Here I want to mention one more thing. Always write direct speech in the story if you are going to mention any dialogue or any conversation or any kind of quotation. You always write that quotation in direct speech, never use indirect speech there. Clear? Remember to give a title to your story. It means if you are going to write any story, then you have to give title to the story. And you also have to give the moral of the story. But how do you write the title of the story? Choose the title that is related to the main characters or events of the story. Clear? It means you will choose the title of the story that related to the characters or events of the story. Ensure that your story has a message for its readers. So write the moral at the end of the story. Clear? Now, as in the beginning of the story, I gave you outline of the story. Now, let me explain you the story. From the outline of the story, we know about the main characters, the ant and the dove. So, I write the title here, The Ant and the Dove. On a hot summer day, an ant was walking along the bank of a river. The ant was tired and thirsty. It went to the river to drink water. Unfortunately, the ant slipped and fell into the river and was struggling for life. A dove sitting on a tree saw the ant was drowning. So the dove plucked a leaf from the branch and let it fall into the river close to the ant. The ant climbed on the leaf and floated safely to the bank of the river. The ant was grateful and thanked the dove for saving its life. Later that day, the ant saw a hunter with a gun aiming at the dove. Immediately, the ant stung the hunter on his foot and he screamed in pain. Hearing the noise, the dove flew away. So, in this way, the ant repaid the dove and saving its life from danger. That's all about the story writing. Now, let me explain you the another topic, synonyms and antonyms. Let's start with synonyms. First words, beautiful, pretty. Here we have two words, beautiful and pretty, and the meaning of both words is same. Another words, fast, quick, large, big, tiny, small. Here meaning of large and big is same, and fast and quick also have the same meaning, and tiny and small both words have same meaning. So students, words that mean the same or have almost the same meaning are called synonyms. It means the similar meaning words are known as synonyms. Clear? Students, a word may have more than one synonyms like happy, cheerful, joyful. Let's start another topic, antonyms. Words that are opposite in meaning are called antonyms. Students, antonyms are words that have contrasting or opposite meanings. The word antonyms is rooted in Greek language. The Greek word anti means opposite, while onium means name. So the word antonym means opposite word. That makes sense. Clear? Let's see some antonym words. Light, heavy. Day, night. Top, bottom. Difficult, easy. Right, wrong. False, true. Students, an antonym changes the meaning of a word or a sentence. Let's see an example. I thought my mother would frown, but she was smiling. Here we use two words that are opposite to each other, frown and smiling. The meaning of the sentence is totally changed just because of the using of these opposite words. Students, a word may have more than one antonyms, like several, and antonym of several may be individual, none, one. It means here we have more than one opposite words of the word several. Students, I hope you all understood the topics, and you have to do exercise 2 from page number 191. Write and learn synonyms and antonyms from your book. Thank you so much for watching the video.